This is Bob from BeGraceful.com, and today I want to bring you a message called Grace Unplugged Part 2. If you remember, Grace Unplugged Part 1 was about what grace is. This is the reason for things. And the reason for things is actually going to last for several episodes, but today I want to cover two vitally important things that you desperately need to understand in order to understand why grace. The first one is the law and its purpose, and the second one is Jesus Christ and what He did for you and me. So, with that in mind, I'm going to bring in a prop. You know, I first came to Korea back in the 1990s, and back then a teacher carried a stick down the hall. You know what that stick was called? It was called the stick of love. Let me ask you a question. Can I make you love me? If I beat you harder, will you love me more? Of course not. That doesn't make any sense on heavenly things or earthly things. And God knows you and me. He created us. Remember that? So He knows how that works. He knows how our minds work. With that in mind, let's talk about the law. The law was designed to make you fail. The law was designed to make you need God. So is the law bad? Of course not. The law was the reason why I know Jesus, because I saw my need for Christ. If I wouldn't have seen my need for Christ, why would I choose Christ? Why would I follow Him? The law made me fall to my knees and know that I was a sinner. But the law has a purpose, and that purpose ends the moment we become in Christ. The law, if followed after you follow Christ, if after you're in Christ you still follow the law, let me tell you what it does. The first thing is it builds ego. Your ego. I have followed that law. I am good Christian. No, you're not. There's nothing good about you except Jesus Christ and Him crucified. Number two, here's what the law does. The law will separate you from me. So you believe this law is right. I believe that law is right. I follow this law. You follow that law. So what does that do for us? It separates us. They will know us by our love, not by our law. The third thing that it does is it's a condemnation giver. If you can't follow the law and you fail, you are condemned. That's a good thing before we get in Christ. After we're in Christ, it's not good anymore because He took away condemnation. He didn't come to condemn the world, He came to save it. And once in Christ, you are saved. Get over it. The fourth thing it does is it separates you from God, because anytime you cannot follow a law, you are separated from God. But wait, here's the second thing, or being, let me say, that we're talking about today. His name is Jesus, and my theology is called Christ alone. Here's why. Christ came as one perfect sacrifice, the ultimate high priest, and when the high priest is changed, the law is also changed. And here's the law. Love, love, love. That's it. And that love comes because we know more of the gift that He gave us. That's what Christ did. That's who Christ is. He is that one perfect sacrifice, that ultimate high priest. He reconciled us to God. And remember, when the word reconciled is used with a believer, it's always in past tense. Why is that? Because it happened. The cross happened. His burial happened. His resurrection happened. You were raised to walk in newness of life. It's not something you did or could do, because if you could, then Christ was a suicide. Think about that for a while. The third thing is that Christ is God's ultimate expression of love to you. Ultimate expression of love. Phenomenal expression of love. What an amazing gift. John 3:16 cannot be overstated. Hope you enjoyed today's little short lesson. Next, we're going to talk about the reasons for two other things, trust and faith, and how they plug in to Grace Unplugged. So until then, I will see you at Be Graceful with two L's, begraceful.com. Take a look at our Bible studies. Hope you get in there and subscribe and get a Bible study every day. Thanks a lot, and until I see you again, be graceful.